Welcome to Animates, a retro anime review comedy podcast. These episodes contain spoilers and adult language, so stick around if you're cool like that. Hello and welcome back to the Animates Serial Experiments Lain full series watch through. My name is Mackenzie, joined by my secretly an alien co-host Lindsey.
Don't even joke about that shit, man. Ugh, fucking aliens. I hate them.
Didn't know you didn't like aliens that much.
Yeah. I watched Mission to Mars when I was too young and got scared, so now I just perpetually hate aliens.
I'm assuming it's the typical, like, gray-skinned, big-eyed
giant
aliens.
eyes. Fuck them.
Okay. So I was going to say, we've watched a lot of stuff about aliens, but you're talking just the OG style.
Like your stereotypical.
Yeah. Green men from...
Yeah. Don't like it. Don't like it at all.
Well, we're back to being weird again after 2 episodes of a bit of a lull.
Yeah, we're getting experimental with form again. We're breaking that down, I guess.
I mean, we are coming into the final quarter, so there is no point in holding anything back here.
Mm-hmm.
We just get sheer amounts of what the fuck does that mean just being shoved down your throat.
Yeah, like weird history lessons about, like, I don't know, Roswell and the Xanadu Project and all that fun stuff.
Memex, all real things, by the way.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. They are real things. I mean, I'm pretty sure, I don't think the last one about the Wired is...
Well, obviously they brought the Wired into this, but the other stuff related to, like, the hum and all that stuff, that is all real things. Well, I say real in quotes. I mean, like, things that have been explored in real world.
Yeah, like they are real theories and conspiracies.
Yeah. Which is pretty cool. It's certainly an interesting way to go about this.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I think it's a very fun, creative way to interpret it into your storytelling.
These ones are weird. Like, we've got god powers, aliens, real world lore. We got the least sexy dirty talk, really gross post-kissing gifs. It's all tied up in a nice little package made of gray alien goo and delivered to you while you're incredibly tired and busy.
Oh my gosh. I'm like I'm so tired. I'm so busy. And then I had some old man pull some dumb shit that I'm still fuming about.
Oh no. Also, your face when I said the least sexy dirty talk and gross post-kissing gifs, I'm talking about when Taro leaves his fucking gum in Lain's mouth.
Oh, yeah, no. I was like, I originally thought it was like Alice and the teacher. And then I thought of the parents. And then, yeah, there's also that. There's so much kissing in these episodes.
Kissing, masturbation, all the good stuff you want in your life.
Yeah.
Preferably not while you're having a real versus fake world breakdown. But You know
what? If you want to, go for it. I'm not going to stop you. If that's how you can try and get yourself centered and calm down, go for it.
Hell yeah.
You dial that rotary phone.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
If existential crisis gets you off, you're in the right place.
Well, and wasn't that like kind of the cure back in the day? It was like if a woman had hysteria, the doctor would just like jill her off and then give her some cocaine.
Yeah.
Those are the good old days.
Are they? Really?
I would love to just have an orgasm and some cocaine and move on with my day.
The Animates program, while we do support getting your rocks off, we do not support using cocaine.
Yes, please don't use cocaine. It ruins your septum and also kills you.
Yeah, I had a buddy who did so much he can close his nose without even touching it to snort it. It was crazy.
Gross.
But lots going on in these, so we're just jump the fuck right into it.
Yeah, I mean, these are very kind of like experimental in certain ways in terms of their narrative. So I'm like, I don't actually fully understand what happened.
Girl, me neither.
So, okay, great. We're going to go on an adventure.
I've seen it before and I was still pulling up like, because when I'm doing the research for these, I pull up like old like Reddit discussion threads and like blog posts people make. And I'm like, oh, that's a good point. Someone mentioned this. I see that. I see this. The things to bring up, blah, blah, blah. A lot of people in these ones are just like, what the fuck? What the fuck is this? What the fuck is that? So there's a lot of what the fucking, and there's one blog I read, I'll try and remember what it is for next episode, that like has some really good breakdowns of stuff and some really good questions. Mm-hmm. But most people's responses are just like, this is my 4th time seeing this episode and I still don't understand what's going on. I need to get Fozzie Bear and see if he can help me.
Yeah, it feels like it's definitely one of those things where you need to watch it multiple times in order to like actually fully critically understand what they're trying to say. Yeah, that's fair. Oh my gosh. But yeah, I don't know. There's like like episode 8 starts with like a kid as an avatar in a game slashing people with his giant buster sword kind of thing.
Yeah,
and then we get like the name Tachibana Medical Labs for potentially doing experiments. So I guess, I don't know. But yeah, like this is clearly the other Lain talking in this moment because she is sassy.
I love that in the 90s, the most secure way to chat is inside an adult chat room on a porn site.
Yep, because why not? No one's ever going to look there.
I was looking at, speaking of Reddit posts, it says on like the screen, it says like come inside or whatever. And it's talking about like entering the website, but it's CUM. And the person was like, do you think this was just a translation error? And everyone responding was like, bro, really? Think about it.
It's a porn site.
And they're like, oh.
I mean, they got there, so, you know. But yeah, and then the other thing that's referenced is the 7th gen protocol, which controls the economy on the Wired.
Yeah, written by Erie.
Who's Erie?
It's a good question, Lindsay.
Okay, I'm not supposed to know who that is. Okay.
Well, you do at the end of episode 2.
I don't fucking remember. Good Lord.
Well, we'll get there shortly.
Oh, man. Yeah, I don't know. Lain goes into her room and her sister is there just being the shell of a human, which is always fun.
God, it still pains me every time I see that. Like girls trying so hard to say something important and cannot get it out.
Oh my gosh, it's so heartbreaking. And then, I go into the living room. Her parents are just sitting there doing nothing. Lain goes and like gets herself a drink and goes, Mommy, Daddy, some man was asking me if my parents are my real parents. And they like don't answer. And she's just like trying to convince herself that the person asking those questions were wrong. And
then they just like they're all of a sudden it cuts to them just both staring at her.
Yeah. Not saying anything.
Creepy as hell. I will say though, this is the first time that the mom's red lips look fine because it's a close up on her face with extra detail compared to usual. And I was like, there's the defining outline of her lips. Why can't we do that all the time? That was my takeaway. I'm like, wow, creepy moment. Oh, hey, the lips.
Yeah, I know, that was mine too. I was like, she applied her lipstick properly now. Oh my gosh.
So do you think that her parents, because obviously they weren't moving until she asks, are you my real parents, basically? Do you think they were in some sort of shutdown or a stasis mode, or what do you think was going on with them?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it was a shutdown stasis kind of thing. Maybe, I don't know, because they do talk about like manipulation of hertz and the connection of people and things like that. So maybe it could have been some sort of like greater power controlling them in that moment to kind of just make them be like dissociative and just not answer. But also part of me is thinking about in the next episode when the parents are like, it'll be over soon, thank goodness, or whatever. Like maybe they like are just it's like my sleep deprived brain trying to understand this show.
I'm watching in real time. No one can see your camera, but I'm watching in real time. You just slowly melting away, trying to process what you're thinking in this
just
moment.
Losing all of my will. Oh man. But yeah, like I don't know. I don't think they're being controlled by anyone. I think they are following instructions that they were given to prepare themselves when they received Lain, if that makes sense. Yeah.
Okay. And there is kind of a reference of almost them receiving her, because there's a moment where in the second episode, I think it is, where they bring her up to her room and like show her room as if it's like showing it for the first time, but she's looking back on herself and she's like, I'm you. No, I'm you. But if you're me, then I'm you. Then you should know this, but I don't know this because I'm you. But because I'm you, I should know. It's very just like, stop.
Yeah, it's that weird, like, who's on first kind of thing. I don't know. It's all just very confusing. But yeah, no, it kind of just feels like they're, following orders of like how to behave around her in these certain situations.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. But anyways, we go to school and all of her friends catch up to her. And I don't even know. Alice is talking about like, she doesn't believe the rumors about Lain. And like Lain has no idea what she's talking about, which I was like, fair. I also don't know what she's talking about.
This show loves giving you information and then actually giving you the answer to the information like 5 minutes later.
Yeah, because like the next scene where you see the car come in, I was like, who the fuck is this person in a car? And then you realize later, oh, it's the teacher that Alice has a crush on.
Yeah.
But yeah, then we go on the Wired and there's a bunch of like clothes or bodies, but with no heads, just mouths. And they're all just saying random things, which I was was very interested about, because it's like it is kind of it makes me think of the internet and how like people are saying stuff without any sort of identity or whatever. It's just shit flying around, and you know,
we're all faceless on the internet.
Exactly.
Like, if you truly want to be faceless on the internet, you can be. And like, people don't know what we look like. I think there's maybe a handful of people that listen to podcasts that actually do, that aren't our friends and family, mostly because of like in-person marketing we've done at like conventions and things like that.
Oh, yeah.
But like, we are essentially faceless on this podcast. For all people know, we're actually an AI Vocaloid.
Oh my gosh.
Programmed by some dude covered in Cheeto dust who just really wants two friends.
Oh, yeah. We keep saying fuck AI to throw you all off.
Yeah. Wait. Sorry, I had a glitch there for a second.
But yeah, during this part, we get like a disembodied voice just being like, I know you're looking for me, Lain, which is creepy. And then they talk a bunch. I don't know. I just wrote down the line, I am you. Surely you must have realized it's some time that another you has existed on its own terms here in the Wired. You are a hologram. You are essentially just a body. Huh? But I guess this is just kind of like external validation for Lain that there is another her.
But also not just that, but also to be like, hey, you've been in the Wired since its creation.
Yeah, which is
since
crazy.
The 50s or 60s or whenever they started doing this kind of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's all, and like this happens while she's in class, like when she's on her little like Palm Pilot thing.
Yeah.
And she like kind of snaps out of it and everybody's just staring at her.
This is creepy.
Oh yeah. Cause it's like everybody's just staring at her. Nobody's talking. And she looks down at her thingy and it just says, Lain is a peeping Tom.
Yep. Now,
yeah,
but it's not just her classmates. Everyone she walks by is like neck turned exactly like her parents were earlier in the episode.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think this is like an actual hallucination? Like, is she actually at school, or is this a hallucination, or is it the world slowly collapsing around and these are like people being taken over by entities in the Wire that are just monitoring and tracking her and being like, oh, you're catching on to stuff, huh? And just staring at her. And
I think that's totally possible. It's hard because I kind of did see it as kind of like, you know, in like at the like in the first episode where they're talking about like everyone got a message from the dead girl or whatever.
Yeah.
Like I thought maybe it was kind of in that same vein. Like everybody got this message that Lain is a peeping Tom. And like that's why they are all staring at her. It's just like a very stylized way of being like, they all know, they all got the message and stuff like that. But it also, because then she also kind of falls to the ground and starts kind of freaking out about it. And the window that she falls in front of starts to crack. So maybe it's also, you know, classic cinema media literacy is like, when you see breaking glass, it's someone's psyche shattering and stuff like that. So like, maybe it's her reality kind of starting to crack under the pressure of like the knowledge that she's gathering.
And it's really nice because it's not a massive window shattering. It's a single black line crack that just appears on this tiny, like if you're not paying attention, you wouldn't even notice it.
Yeah, 100%. So like, it's just a very fine detail that, you know, there's like a fireball or something that happens.
Yeah, that's a weird. I don't fully understand the meaning behind that scene of her just like on fire, walking through fire for a second.
Yeah, I don't either. Maybe it's like burning away the impurities. I don't know.
Maybe.
That's what I think of with like fire and stuff. But again, I'm like, I'm bad at figuring out metaphors.
No, that's totally fair.
Because then we kind of cut to our final kind of plot point where we see Alice, which you think is in like an intimate relation with a teacher, which is really freaky and not appropriate.
You have this moment of like, oh, fuck. No, pedo teacher. No, Alice, get out of there.
But turns out it's just a fantasy that Alice has about a teacher she has a crush on, which is totally normal.
I'm so glad it does that because, man, it could have gotten so gross so fast.
I got so worried. But then I was like, oh, okay, this is fine. And then it cuts to Lain sitting on the bed laughing at her. And I was like, oh, that comfort is now gone.
Yep. This is your first real experience with a creepy Lain.
Yeah, telling her like, shame on you and stuff like that.
But like joking about it with that creepy ass smile and crooked little face.
Yeah. And then Alice is like, oh my gosh, the rumors going around at school are true. And it's just so weird. And like this is clearly Wired Lain. And it's kind of showing her omnipotence on the Wire. It's demonstrating that like nothing is private. Nothing is secret from her. She kind of sees and is everywhere, which is terrifying.
Oh yeah. And she's becoming more and more physically present to the point where other people can see her outside of things like TV screens and like illuminations in the sky.
Yeah, exactly. So it's kind of scary to kind of see her development of the like wired Lain, I guess.
Here's an interesting question though, Lindsay. We see regular Lain and we see other Lain, but other Lain is usually very like cool and collected, if not a little grumpy. But this is a weird little Lain. Do you think there's another Lain now?
Oh gosh, I didn't even think about that.
Do you think
I just assumed it was like asshole confident Lain and then, quiet mousy Lain. Oh no.
Maybe we've got creepy weirdo watch your friend masturbate Lain, because that's what she was doing.
She's a voyeur. I mean, that's 100% possible, because I mean, if she is kind of this omnipotent being on the wired, I don't see why it could stop at there being only two. Like there could be infinite amounts of Lain on the wired.
They said she's been there for forever, so who's to say that she hasn't been part of each new protocol? Protocol 6, Protocol 7. Maybe there's a new Lain with each protocol, and the most recent Lain is the other Lain we're used to. Yeah.
Could be they were trying out new tech and new development, and they're like, we'll just make a real Lain. And then, I don't know.
Or even not even knowing they're doing it, Lindsay. Maybe she's a consequence, a bug in the code.
Ooh, that is possible. Maybe it's like, just some sort of... I was going to say consequence. And I was like, I'm literally saying the same thing as you. Yeah, it's like the byproduct of what they're trying to do on the wired. And it's something that they can never change.
Yeah. Or as we learn in the end of episode 2 with our little scientist guy, he put a part of himself into the wired. So maybe she was also programmed in purposely by a rogue designer of the system as some sort of like, plan to enact the prophecy that will bring upon the end times.
This crazy prophecy that nobody knows where it came from or what happens. I don't know.
Sometimes you regret your creations, like the guy who invented the pop-up. He said it was a bad idea.
Oppenheimer.
Yep, or that. That's a much different take than the pop-up, I will definitely say.
The person who created the like button on Facebook. He regrets it.
Does he?
Yeah, he does. He's on record saying he like, I shouldn't have done that.
Huh.
It's on a documentary somewhere. I'm tired. I don't care. Go do your research. Oh, man. But yeah, I don't know. Now the two Lains are like meeting and the one Lain is trying to strangle the other Lain.
This is weird because she's like, oh, are we committing suicide?
I know. Which I was like, oh.
And she's like, because here's the thing. If you're killing a version of yourself, is that technically suicide?
Yeah, I don't know.
If I clone myself and then I look at my cloned self and I shoot it in the face, can I be charged with murder?
Yeah, I don't know.
Or am I just like, it's my own, I don't know. That's such a weird...
I'm too tired to have a philosophy class.
But that's such an interesting question though, because like, you think about it, if I am instantly cloned right now, split in two, and I kill that one, can I get in trouble for that?
I'm pretty sure that's like a Black Mirror episode.
Did they get in trouble for it?
I don't remember.
Because if it's an exact copy of you, it is you, and you just get rid of it. You're not getting rid of anything. It's not like it has its own individual memories and its own individual life. It's a direct copy of you. It's no different than accidentally printing two things in a printer and tearing one up. When it's gone, when it's gone, all of its substance still exists inside you because it was exactly you. But that is...
I'm like, I have nothing to add to this. Let's put a poll on Discord.
Yeah, folks, comment down below if you think if you should be allowed to be charged with murder for killing your cloned self.
Oh man. Anyways, yeah, they have this whole fight, and then they go back to that part where like all the weird bodies and stuff, and then the bodies start growing heads that are just Lain. I don't like it.
Yeah, the whole sequence of Lain dolls is so fucking creepy.
Well, and like this next part, I don't know. This next part was very interesting because it's like Lain talking about deleting something, and like we just cut to a screen where it says deleting.
Lain is talking to an omnipotent voice. It's saying you have the power to erase people's memories if you want to.
Mm-hmm.
You were born with that power.
Yeah.
This is where they reiterate that you are everything and will forever be everything inside the wired. You are a constant force in every single person's life. And that's, did you think that was the end of the episode when the deleted thing came up?
I don't really know. I didn't really think anything.
I mean, it's kind of a pretty glaring screen to have pop up, deleting, and it sits there for like 15 seconds.
I mean, I'm tired, so I don't know. I was like, all right, we're deleting something. And then I think what I thought was Real World Lain was deleting Wired Lain. I think that's what I thought was happening.
That would have been pretty anticlimactic.
Well, no, because I knew that there was still stuff happening. So I was like, I just thought it was like a plot point in order to get to something crazy or to teach her something. And, we do kind of learn that she can't just delete Lain. But Real World Lain in this next part, just kind of, I think she's the one who got deleted or something because she's not perceived. Like there's a weird splitting into two different lanes at school. And the one lane goes and like is chatting with her friends and is like, let's go to Siberia. Let's change out. Let's, get dressed at your place again, blah, blah, blah. And the other lane is like, what just happened? It's kind of like with the sister a couple episodes ago. So like, I was thinking maybe like, is that the version of Lain that got deleted in this kind of deletion process? But then it kind of like goes to her being on a white empty screen and then it goes out and then it's Lain again sitting in her room.
Yes. So she uses this godlike power to erase people's memory of her doing bad things. When she does this, this is one of her biggest connections to the Wired ever. So do you think that by doing this, she allowed other Lain to finally make a full crossover into this world? And now she's able to like split from her and take over in the full-on real world instead of just the digital.
Yeah, I think that's definitely part of it. I don't think she has full control over Lain in the real world, but I definitely think she does have more control than she did before.
Yeah, I don't think it's a control thing. I think it's more of like you're now invisible and I'm now you and you get to scream while I talk to your friends.
It's almost like possession.
Yeah,
like demon
exactly.
possession.
Yeah. Except you get to watch it from the outside happen.
Yeah, instead of like through your own eyes.
She's like, I don't want to go to this club. I don't want to do this. I want to do that. And the little Lain is looking at her being like, yes, we're going to go to the club. We're going to dress up and ha 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 ha. And she's like, no, I want to read my books and play with my stuffies.
Yep, exactly. Yeah. So I don't know. It's all just a lot of very complex stuff, which I mean, we're going to go into the next episode and there's going to be even more complex, weird stuff because we just get like
the opening line of rid yourself of suffering. You must believe in God.
Yeah. Which I was like, let me tell you how much suffering I suffered while believing in God. Yep. But yeah, I don't know. There's just like, it's all very weird. And like Lain is on her bed in her bear onesie. Love it for her. And she like looks in her doorway and there's a fucking alien. And I was like, I hate this. I hate this so much. Get this little bug-eyed gray freak out of here.
When you messaged me and you were like, I hate aliens, right? I was like, oh, that's a bad episode for you.
Yeah, that was the part that I was on.
That's a jump scare for you.
Oh yeah. I was like, I am uncomfortable and I hate this so much.
Well, it's here's a question. Because like, first thing, I love that this song starts out with like just like a sick techno song, or this episode starts out with that. And we get like that thought of they're talking about an alien ship and they're going through like the Roswell documents and it's real world footage and yada, yada, yada. Now, do you think that's a hint for the future that the Wired was created by aliens?
I didn't think it because I hate thinking about aliens, but I don't know. Maybe it could be about aliens. I mean, why else would they talk about aliens here unless it's like different life forms and different states of being? I don't know.
There's a couple theories that it's not that it could be no reference to aliens doing all this and sharing tech to create the Wired and things like that. Or it could be a reference to like Lain feeling alienated because when she sees the alien, it's wearing this striped sweater that we've referenced before.
Where? When have we?
People on the screen have talked about how they're seeing a child. Like when we hear like some of those disembodied voices, people talking about someone like a child in a striped sweater or a weird kid in a striped sweater. It could also be a reference to like that's how Lain feels in her own world is alienated.
I could see that. Yeah.
Just a really long, drawn out episode long metaphor for that.
But it's also giving us a timeline for how and context for how the Wired came to be, I guess.
Yeah. Do you believe in aliens?
I don't think the universe is infinite and never ending. And then we're the only living organisms in the whole entire universe. No. Yeah. There has to be other life on other planets.
Anytime I talk to people and they say, no, we're the only human intelligent beings. I'm like, that's literally like impossible. Sorry. Nope.
Well, oh my gosh. So my ex-boyfriend was a big philosophy guy. And when we were talking once, this came up and I said the thing and he's like, yep, but also because philosophy, exists. There's also this theory about how we are the only ones. And I was like, obviously it made a huge impact on me because I don't remember a damn thing. But yes, apparently there's philosophical theories about how we could potentially be the only living intelligent beings in the universe, which again,
boring.
Doesn't make sense to me.
That's also just like a why then. Why only us?
Yeah.
Because we're not the only planet that's situated perfectly from a star to provide enough heat, temperature, etc.
Yeah.
Maybe we're the only ones left. But there's no way that we've only been and forever will be the only people out there in this world, folks.
I like the conspiracy theory that people used to live on Mars until they destroyed the planet, and then they came to Earth because they needed another livable planet to live on.
Did they come as actual people, or did they just send some like DNA over to like kickstart the planet?
I don't know. I think they probably did come over as people, and then just kind of through millions and millions of years of evolution and things like that, we've become what we are now to adapt to live on this planet. Do
you think that we would have looked more Cro-Magnon in us so that we would have had that chance for evolution of the way we look? Because we couldn't have just arrived looking like this, because that would have shown in historical lines.
I definitely think that we...
Space monkeys! Were we space monkeys, Lindsey?
Sure, we were space monkeys.
Hell yeah, space monkeys.
I believe that we, evolved over millions of years to kind of adapt to living on this planet as opposed to living on Mars.
I wonder what we would have looked like other than space monkeys on Mars.
I don't know. Because I don't know what that Earth or what that planet with an atmosphere would...
Now here's the big question, folks. And of course, people listening to this episode are, what the fuck are you guys talking about? But here's the big question, folks. And Lindsey, would that mean that our civilization on Mars was subterranean, hence why there's nothing absolutely at all left on the planet? Or you just think it strictly has been beat to death so many times that everything's been reduced to molecules and filings of metal and...
Yeah, I think it all just disintegrated and has been destroyed. Like if all of human existence was to just disappear, nature would reclaim the Earth. So I think it's just they destroyed the Earth and then there's nothing left. Or they destroyed the planet, the atmosphere, all that fun stuff. And then nothing that was there could exist anymore.
Interesting.
Weird random tangent.
Look, the whole episode is about aliens and weird science stuff. So it makes sense.
Let's take a conspiracy theory break.
Yeah, and talk about Memex, which is
Memory Expansion Project. Compression and rapid access of information.
Basically a prototype iPad, let's be honest here.
No, Van over Bush was the name that I wrote down, which I laughed at Bush.
Memex is also really interesting because, like I said, it's supposed to be like microfilm or microform documents on like a screen device for like data storage, and it's a whole other thing. But it's very interesting. We're not going to get into that. We got into aliens. We don't have time to get into Memex and Project Xanadu and all this stuff. But it's basically like a hypertext system and like a personal knowledge software and system to like do rapid data, blah, 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 and memory, but not actually fully digital. It's a whole thing. Yeah.
It's all like that kind of mid-century science stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. But we're at Siberia. Lain goes to the DJ. The DJ's like, hey, this is for you. And it's an envelope. And she opens it. And is it another Pashuke inside? What is it?
No, it's just another chip.
Okay. I was like, it's a computer
from
piece.
The Knights.
Ooh. I don't know. But so basically she like, while she's there, she sees those kids that we always see at Siberia.
Good old
And she's
Taro.
Like, you owe me a date or something like that. And so he's like, I don't know. I don't like you anymore. You're different. And she was like, what?
I've always been me, you motherfucker.
Yeah, and so I guess it doesn't really matter, though, because they still end up back at her place.
Lane's like, fuck it, we're having a goddamn date.
Yep, and she just, like, sits him down and, like, it confronts him kind of about this, about being in the Knights or something like that. He's like, no, I'm too young. I couldn't possibly be in the Knights.
But then seconds later, he's like, I'm just a recruit trying to be in the Knights. And it's like, dude, you just said you have nothing to do with them. You're folding that quick. But also, fun fact, there's a flash of a pressure gauge in her room.
Okay.
There's a URL on it.
Oh,
and that's mebius.co.uk. I don't know what that was originally used for, but after it showed up on Lain, it became a strange text-based message board where you could submit messages and only 10 would show on the screen at a time in like a matrix style, like black and green.
Okay.
And it existed for quite a long time. And it always kept getting hacked. And like people would try to, through this like barrage of messages, actually have communications on it. Some people would like plan meetups through it, but in like this weird, because like if you send a message and you refresh, but 20 have come through, you don't see that person's message. So people would like be refreshing at rapid speed looking for a message coming through. It's super weird. I'll give you a screenshot of kind of what it looks like. It would get hacked by like Russian bots all the time. And
what? No, Russia never hacks anything.
So that's Mebius. And that's a screenshot from Wayback Machine.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
But that's how the messages would show up.
Interesting.
And very hard to actually utilize a website like this, but people loved it. It was very big in the Lain community back in the day. So that's pretty sweet.
Cool.
But date time.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Well, and then she's like, he tries to run away basically, and she stops him and then throws on techno music.
God, this is so good. She's like, computer, play track 41. And she looks all she's like, it's like,
it's like the freaking blood rave from Blade.
Yes, exactly. But it looks like that she's about to fucking murder him as well.
Oh yeah, I 100% was like, she is about to torture this kid and like kill him. And then we just cut to the parents downstairs,
weird,
sitting on the couch. You can hear the music above them, and they just say, "Fine, what is it? It's almost over, isn't it? Thank God, finally, while we still can." And they like kiss. It's all very strange. And then the next part is even weirder because the sister is sitting on the ground, still unable to talk, but then she makes like a phone like gesture with her hand. And it's kind of, she says, understood, now communicating, log on, beep, beep. Like it's very, like those are the first words we've heard her say since this kind of happened.
Yeah. And she's now just an empty communication device doing her little AOL dial up to the internet with her mouth.
Yep. But it's very strange.
This is what I was saying earlier about like the least sexy way to initiate some funky time. Yeah. Because they're both just like, you know what? It's almost over. We might as well have sex one last time. But they're basically just looking at each other like, might as well. Last time we could ever possibly feel something.
I guess we can do this.
What do you think they meant by it's almost over?
The end. It's probably going to be the like integration of everybody into that kind of brain thing that they discuss at the kind of end of this episode, where it's like once the amount of people equals the amount of neurons in a brain, like they're all connected, and the Earth becomes like it basically like a living thing that we're all connected to or whatever. The Earth just becomes a giant macrocosm of a brain.
Yeah, that was it
becomes the elder brain.
Yeah, the Schumann resonance.
Yes. Is that a real thing?
Yes.
Interesting.
The Schumann resonance are a set of spectral peaks in the extremely low frequency portion of the Earth's electromagnetic field.
Yeah. A wireless network where all humanity would be plugged in on a subconscious level is what I wrote down.
Yeah, exactly. Basically being like, again, this is another really interesting topic they bring up, is that the idea is that the human population reaches the amount of neurons that are in the human brain. And this awakens, and this is not the full Schumann thing. This is part of like a Lain mixed with Schumann.
Yeah, I was like, I feel like it's remixed to fit the plot better.
Yeah, exactly. And so as a result of it hitting the total number, the consciousness of the Earth would awaken and everyone would become instantly connected because of like a perfect frequency match.
Yeah.
I should note, we are nowhere near the amount of people on this planet it would take to actually match the number of neurons in the human brain.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
8 billion or whatever, and there's like 100 billion in the brain. So
also, this world would not be able to sustain that many people.
No.
It can barely sustain the amount we're at now.
And that's mostly just because of corporate greed and billionaires, but that's a whole other subject.
Yeah, that is true.
Anyways, time for baby's first kiss.
Oh, yeah, they kiss. He like kisses her before he leaves, and he's like, what? I'm still a guy or whatever. And I guess he like passed his gum to her through the kiss.
Here's the thing. She didn't kill him. She should have fucking after that. If I ever kiss someone, they put their... First off, I hate people that chew gum all the time. Can't stand it. But if I kiss someone and they put their gum in my mouth, I would be so fucking mad.
Meh, I've done it before. Yeah, it was before COVID.
Nope. Mostly because I don't like... A, I don't like gum. B, I'm allergic to mint.
Oh, yeah, so it would kill you.
Mint is usually gum. So if I kiss someone, first off, I wouldn't because they smelled like mint, so I wouldn't do it in the first place. But if I did and they put their fucking gum in my mouth, I would have such a visceral reaction. But she just like pulls out and looks at it. She's like, huh, interesting.
I thought there would be some sort of weird tech in it.
Well, because she shoves the chip in his mouth and is like, is this going to erase your brain?
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, maybe she's going to pull it out and there'll be something in it. He's like, he's trying to give her a secret message. No, he's just being a gross little turkey. And it's so...
Jeez. Oh, man.
Anyone who doesn't do well with people hearing people make vomit noises is hating us right now.
Yeah. Well, hating you. I don't make those noises because I'm one of those people. Oh, man. But yeah, so then we finally get like our last history lesson, I guess. And this is where it it talks about the scientists that kind of developed the wire and what happened to him. Because like apparently he did something, he got fired for it. And then a week later, his body was found on the train tracks.
Yes. So this is Iri Masumi.
Okay.
He was the chief research worker for Tachibana Labs, working on Protocol 7. Yep. He embedded parts of himself in code into the Wired, along with a couple other things, and got caught by the company. And so they fired him. And then, yeah, he was found by a train. Now, here's a question for you, Lindsey. I don't know the timeline of this, and I don't think there's any confirmation at all related to this, but I have seen people discuss it. Early on in the first 2 episodes of Lain, I believe it is, we see someone get hit by a train.
Yeah.
Maybe that's Iri.
I haven't seen enough evidence that would make me think that, but because it feels like, I don't know. That doesn't feel like something I'm going to buy, but
it's okay. No one else was in that thread was like, maybe. I don't think so.
Yeah. Great. I'm glad I'm not just out to lunch with my being like, no. But yeah. Okay. So the person who's standing in Lain's way on the way to her house, is that this dude then?
Oh, Lindsey.
Yeah. We're going to find out next episode.
You have just met God.
Oh, okay. Cool.
That's your reaction to the message of you may have just met God. Wow, okay.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, sure. Yeah. All right. Let's see what he does.
It's a creepy. I thought there'd be more of a reaction to this creepy little dude.
I mean, damn. I don't know, watching it, I was like, what the fuck is going on?
The whole time I was just waiting for the big reaction for you to be like, who's the creepy guy?
I mean, my notes say, who the F is this? So again, I'm tired. Maybe if my brain was less sleep deprived and, wasn't so riddled with caffeine and other stimulants to keep me awake, then maybe I would have a different reaction.
I'm very glad that by the time we do our next episode for this, you will be done with this craziness. Because
I'm also very happy to be done with this craziness.
This dude is wildly important.
Okay. Well, he's God. He better be important. God, they don't really just kind of throw that around and just be like, yeah, he's fine.
Yes, this is indeed, if you look at his face compared to the photo, this isn't really a spoiler. If you look at his face compared to the photo shown, this is Iri Masumi. So when you see him at the end, it's the same guy. Obviously a little creepier looking.
Yeah. I'm not going to lie. It's really hard I don't know what it is about their character design, but sometimes it is hard to kind of figure out who is who or recognize. I mean, we saw this in the last episode when we talked about the CEO guy. And I was like, I thought this was an old guy. And this was like, they don't do a lot in terms of their art direction to really have the characters be memorable, because even in episode 8 or whatever, I didn't realize it was Alice having the fantasy until like a couple beats into that section of story.
No, that's fair. Well, this guy is important, so he's going to play a very pivotal role. I assumed he would
be important, but yeah.
I mean, we do only have 4 episodes left of the show, 2 episodes left of the podcast here. So things in the next, like a lot of people online who are like first time watchers in the Reddit forums are being like, how do we have 4 episodes left? I feel like we should have 2 left max. What are they going to fill with this space? They're going to fill it with lots of bullshit, Lindsey. Lots of golden, great, Lain, weird ass bullshit.
All right. Well, I'll believe you because I have no idea what to expect.
And you'll be more awake to be able to process more of it even.
Oh my gosh, I really hope so.
I mean, that's literally this upcoming Tuesday's episode. It was your fuck it, I need something easy episode.
Yeah. Fuck it, I know I like this. We're watching it. It's your teaser, everybody, for Tuesday's episode.
Hey, I'm not complaining. Plus, if you go to our Patreon, you can get access to our part 1 coming out on Friday. So you can watch along with us.
Oh my gosh.
But all right, we had 2 episodes all about truth and aliens and weird fantasies and rumors and blah, 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 blah.
And God?
Do you know what the fuck is going on in this show? Because Lindsey doesn't quite yet. I'm so interested to see your response to what is all going on. Because unlike Evangelion, where like the end is not really an end, this one does have...
Oh, it doesn't just like do some sort of weird experimental shit and be like, that's it, everyone.
And then make you wait a few years for like an actual...
Be like, okay, we got pressure from everybody and the studio's telling us to make an actual ending, so we're going to give you one.
Anno's like, fuck, I guess I should do this from the other perspective.
Oh, fine.
And then add another character in tight suits for the boys to goon over.
Okay, let's not talk about Evangelion before I get mad. I fucking hate Evangelion.
Seriously, if you folks have not listened to our Evangelion one, you got to go back and listen to it because it's such a fucking roller coaster of Lindsay's emotions. Because she's like, oh, this is cool. This is interesting. This is kind of dumb. Okay, this is a little interesting. This is kind of dumb. And by the time we get to the final episode, the
mask comes off. And I'm like, I don't give a shit anymore. I hate this. This is stupid.
It's so fucking funny to just listen to that through all the way and just hit that final moment of the final break where you just can't even try anymore to hide it. It's so good.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of Evangelion, but hey, everybody else can keep watching it. I don't care. I'm not gonna.
All right. Well, if you folks want access to all of our other retro anime reviews, you can check out all of your favorite podcasting platforms. And while you're there, make sure to like and leave a review because it really, really helps out. And if you want access to even more content, you can go to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/@animates, where you got a bunch of long form videos that are not just the podcast episodes. But if you want even more, you can head to our Patreon at patreon.com/animates to get access to bonus content and pre-banters, little games we like to play, bonus episodes, access to our Discord and all that fun stuff, but also access to updates for maybe our upcoming next long form series in the spring and all that kind of jazz. Again, that's at our Patreon. But one of the things that you get is you do get to have your name read out on the podcast. And I'm going to do that here today.
Woohoo! Who are we broad dogging this week?
Listen to last week's episode, this week's Tuesday episode for why that's a thing. Starting with our supporting characters, we've got Eric, definitely just a weeb, and Jake Peralta with that We also got Aladoris and Hi Seho. Moving on to our retro cuties, we've got The Lesbians, Matthew, and Kamichu, followed by a deep, sexy voice says, relax. Dear Amazon, I like my dubs, I like my subs, without AI, yours unsubscribedly, Carly J. Jepson.
Fuck AI.
And then moving on to our Chibi champions, we've got Gacidic. And Is This the Wheel Life? Is This Just Anime? Miska's watching Cromartle High School for the Freddie Mercury tribute. And of course, ending with Swamp Wizard. But yeah, patreon.com/animates, and we'll catch you this Tuesday for a good dang digital time. Wink, wink. Catch us in 2 weeks for our penultimate Lain episode, where we will be diving in while fully awake and wired into the wired. Good use of, yeah. Anyways, see you next time.
All right, see you next Tuesday. Ciao, ciao.
Goodbye.